Hey guys, this is Joe Kinzel coming at you again, and I wanted to just go over a couple things that we learned this summer. I want to talk briefly about love, sex, and women. Remember guys, the secret fear of men is failure, but the secret fear of women is abandonment. We all put our best foot forward in dating. We are wearing different shoes, so to speak. Guys do it so we don't look like a fool. Women do it so they won't be rejected. Listen to the voice of a woman. Hear a woman's heart. I am not enough. I am too much. If he really knew me, he wouldn't stick around. The fear of a woman is abandonment. Just a reminder for those of you who are not married, missionary dating does not work. 2 Corinthians tells us to not be unequally yoked. So don't think you're going to date a woman who is a non-believer and convert her. That's missionary dating. That does not work, okay? Marry a woman for who she is now, not what you hope she will become. Sometimes we think that marriage is going to solve these problems. It will intensify any problems. So don't think that just because you put a ring on a girl's finger, any kind of problems or red flags that you have are going to go away. They won't. Let's talk about masturbation and pornography. When you turn to pornography and masturbation, you are trading a real thing for a counterfeit. That is one of the weapons of the enemy. Look what he's done to music. I mean, God created music, and Satan has taken and perverted it and made it evil. And it's the same thing when you're having sex with yourself. Okay, you're trading the real thing that God created for a counterfeit. Remember, an orgasm, that's God's plan. That was His design. That's not a bad thing if it is kept in the relationship of marriage. Okay. Remember the study from the Italian doctor, 600% increase in the number of young people, 18 to in their 20s. Your sex drive should be through the roof, and yet they're suffering over 600% increase in low libido. That's a low sex drive. Why? Because smartphones, technology, guys are getting on there, masturbating, looking at porn, and it's causing them not to have that sex drive around women, hopefully their wives. But arousal addiction, why pornography has become so addictive. Okay, it's an alarming percentage of healthy young males suffering from erectile dysfunction. When you turn to porn or masturbation, you're turning away from your wife. That you're turning away from the plan that God set into place. Sex, orgasm, that is designed for you and your wife to enjoy each other. And when you're turning to masturbation and porn, you're turning away from God's plan. You're turning away from your wife. Think about the abandonment issues that I opened up with. Guys, if your wife finds that you're looking at pornography and masturbating, that is a major slap in her face. She's not going to be okay with that because of her abandonment issues. You are abandoning her and God's plan to turn to something that's counterfeit. A couple other things. When you are tempted, I think we look at the example of Christ. I mean, who better? How did he deal with temptation when he was in the desert? He used scripture. There are a number of really good scriptures that we can turn to. Job 31:1, I've made a covenant with my eyes. 1 Timothy 6:11, but flee from these things, you men of God, and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, perseverance, and gentleness. James 1:13, let no one say when he is tempted, I am being tempted by God, for God cannot be tempted by evil, and he himself does not tempt anyone. 1 Corinthians 10:13, no temptation is overtaking you, but such as is common to man, and God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will provide the way of escape, also that you will be able to endure it. Psalm 119:11, your word I have treasured in my heart that I may not sin against you. Ephesians 6:10, finally be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. So it's a few scriptures to use when you're tempted. Guys, accountability partners are extremely important. Do not fight these temptations by yourself. If you have a problem with pornography, take it to the Lord and get a brother in there. That's what we are here for. Okay, get a brother in the fight to hold you accountable. I love you guys. Hope to see you again. Don't forget, Basic coming up November. Would love to have you all there. Take care.